topic. Before I start, I would like to offer my prayers to Lord Sadguru. बार बार वंदन करूं सद्गुरु देव हमार, यहाँ वहाँ सब धाम में महिमाय परम्पार। देवों में गुरुदेव हैं, मूल पूजा गुरुदेव, गुणानुवाद गुरु रूप है, वर सेवा गुरु सेव। Thank you very much. We definitely have a very interesting topic today. What lies between the Prakriti, the nature as we see around us, and the Supreme Soul, the Parmatma. The mankind have always looked at the sky in awe and fascination. It is therefore a natural instinct within us that helps us think what lies beyond the sky. A scientist may visualize that the world based on its physical models that includes solar systems, galaxies. What lies beyond that? Scientists cannot comprehend. The scientists now claim that there are multiverses, many universes beyond our own universe. How remarkable. A concept that was once challenged now seems to trigger renewed thoughts, according to Stephen Hawking. The concern of a yogi, however, would be, is this all? Is this the complete truth that what science has revealed today? If the scientists have explored many such universes, where are they? And if not, are they mere speculations and hypotheses that erupt from mind and intellect? Can we possibly think beyond our wildest imagination, intellectual faculties, and their mathematical formulations? It may seem very hard for us to comprehend that there is a world beyond our imagination, because we have been trained to see our world through our scientific mind. But have we ever thought that besides the scientific reasoning and analysis, there is another way to explore the world beyond us? Of course, if it exists. And if yes, what is this science called? In a manner, physical. In a manner, the physical science helps us one achieve the material objects. In exactly the same manner, the science of consciousness helps us achieve the conscious entities. What are these conscious entities? The soul, the Akshara Brahm, the Eternal Sadguru, and the Supreme Soul. The proponents of this science of consciousness are called Fakirs, Rishis, Munis and Maharshis. The basis of this science is the soul, the energy of the soul, and therefore it cannot be explored through our sensory organs and the organs of action. It is also beyond the reach of our own mind, the pranas, and even the subtle intellect. The proponents of this science of consciousness found out that there is a conscious entity that resides in our body, which can be known and experienced. Only this entity, the soul, can lead us to that world, which is beyond the physical boundaries of the Prakriti, the nature. How does it happen? The Swarved in the 6th canto says, Khule Shushmana Dashvan Dwara Gagan Mahal Mein Bhai Paithara. There are 101 major veins in our body, of which 100 run down in the body, and only one flow upwards from the heart and goes to the Brahmarandra, the 10th secret door. This vein is called Shushmana. Near the heart, within this vein, is where the soul resides. The 10th door, or the end of this vein, is closed by a power called Kundalini, which lies dormant in our body. With the practice of Vihangam Yoga meditation, this power awakens and the 10th door opens up, and so does the Susmana vein. The conscious ray of the soul called Surati pervades higher up into the world by holding on to the pure white thread called Makatar, and transcends beyond Prakriti into a world that is conscious. The experience of a yogi is not through his sensory organs or mind or even pranas, but through his Chetan Chakshu, or the 8th Surati, the conscious ray of our soul. The conscious world which he experienced is called the Akshara Brahm, the cosmic executor. Many spiritual events happen. Both the Prakriti, the natural world, and of the conscious world descends down into the soul. The happiness and bliss is indescribable. The greatness of Vihangam Yoga is such that whatever knowledge a yogi desires, it descends into his soul by mere Sankalpik Shakti. This knowledge is called Vivekaj Gyan, according to Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj. He never went to a college, yet had all the hidden secret knowledge of Prakriti and of the conscious world, the Chetan Lok. What was that knowledge? It's called the Vivekaj Gyan. Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj says that the journey does not end there. One continues the journey in the light of Sadguru's energy and canopy. Gurudev says, Navdwara Sansarka, Daswa Yogi Tar, Ekadas Sirki Khuli, Agru Purush Darbar. Beyond the 11th gateway, the yogi experiences the Supreme Being, which is the final destination, the Mukti Dham, where the soul gets liberated from all worldly sufferings. So in the spiritual journey and in context to our talk today, what does the soul experience when it goes beyond Prakriti? The soul first experiences the Akshara Brahm. What is the Akshara Brahm? Akshara Brahm is someone which creates and sustains and dissolves the universe. Scientifically, it is the supreme power of Akshara which is responsible for the Big Bang, the process which creates the universe. The motion in inert particles of Prakriti is imparted by it. All activities in the universe are due to Akshara. When the Akshara Brahm withdraws all its forces, all the motion of Prakriti ceases, and the universe collapses to its primordial inert state of existence. That is what we call dissolution or pralaya. Like the Supreme Being, it is also eternal, unchangeable, and pervades the whole universe. It is confined to 1/4 of the Parmatma, where the creation, regulation, and dissolution of the universe take place. But Gurudev says, अक्षर माही कंप है माया योग विकास सृष्टि के प्रादुर्भाव है अक्षर जग प्रकाश. All the physical forces as well as mind and pranas originate from this abode of Akshara. The epitome of yoga is when a yogi finally leaves behind the pranas and the mind in this abode, becomes Aman, and moves forward into the spiritual journey. Sadguru clarifies in Swarved, Akshar man ka yoni hai, Akshar se man hoye, Panch bhoot se man nahi, yah tattva samajhe koye. He's trying to talk about the mind, where it comes from. It is not made of the 5 elements of the nature, and this can be only known by very few. What happens at the end of Akshar Mandal or the abode of Akshar. At the end of Akshar Mandal lies the abode of the Eternal Sadguru, the Prakriti Dham. The Eternal Sadguru is the messenger of Parmatma. Brahm Vidya emanates from him, and he is the Lord of the spiritual domain. His mission is to awaken the suffering souls of the world from the state of ignorance by blessing upon them the divine knowledge of Brahm. He liberates the craving and deserving souls from the bondage of Prakriti and enables them to enjoy the nectar and bliss of the Supreme Being. Within the same region, beneath the abode of Parmatma, lies the Parmanu Mandal, or the Mooladhar. It is the place where the world is being created every moment. It is at this abode a yogi can make changes to the world as described with the Sankalpa of Sadguru, as desired by the Sankalpa of Sadguru. Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj said that I have already done prachar into this world. By sitting at one place, he could do that. The future has not even come. Yet he says that I have already done prachar into the world. When time comes, the prachar will happen. How did it happen? Because of that Parmanu Shakti, which a yogi knows. The origin of our speech, the one which you are listening to now, the origin of our speech, the Vani, is also from this Mooladhar. The Mooladhar is the origin where the flow of Akshar Brahm first descends down into the universe. The soul gets its speech from this abode. What does the Ved say? Paraju Mooladhar me, Hriday me Pashyanti, Kant me Vahi hai Madhyama, Mukha Vaikaryanti. The Paravani originates from this Mooladhar, enters into the body through the 10th secret door, and comes to the heart where it is transformed into Pashyanti Vani. The voice in the heart is the Madhyama Vani, and the one that is spoken through the mouth is the Vaikri Vani. There is yet another Vani, another speech, whose base is neither mouth nor the heart and not even the throat. What is that speech or Vani? That is Brahmavani. That speech is emplaced with Brahm Vidya. That speech is infallible. The founder of Vihangam Yoga, Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj, used this Brahmavani, the Akshar Vani, while discarding his mortal frame. Let's hear a few words about what kind of world are we talking about? What do they look like? Through the eyes of a yogi, Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj says in Arati, which we recite every day, Shwet Shwet Sab Shwet Hai, Shwet Shwet Hai Shwet, Teen Pad Amrit Bhara, Shwet Mahanad Shwet. The first Shwet signifies the brilliant, effulgent white light of the soul. The second and the third signifies Surati and the Nirati, which is also pure and white. Surati and Nirati are the conscious rays of the soul. The remaining 5 Shwet signifies the Akshar, the Param Akshar, the Sadguru, the pure nectar bliss in the remaining 3/4 of Parmatma, and the Makartar. All these entities come to the experience of the soul in the conscious world beyond Prakriti. Therefore, one should understand that this is achieved during the spiritual journey and not after death. All this knowledge is achieved with the grace of Sadguru, the eternal spiritual master. Our effort, therefore, should not be confined to the scientific reasoning based on instruments made with the elements of nature, which only reveals part of the story, but to go beyond and explore the complete truth with yet another but much more effective tool, the science of consciousness. It is the science of consciousness that reveals the complete story. Only then can we accomplish the mission of being a complete human. All the knowledge, as has been experienced by Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj, has been written down in Swarved. Let us go through that spiritual scripture, at the same time imbibe the teachings and get into the meditation which will reveal you all the secrets that's beyond Prakriti up to Parmatma. Thank you very much for patience listening.